Hello, how are you guys? So this is my portfolio. So in this I am currently holding 97% in a single stock. So you can say it's a concentrated portfolio. 2.5% I am holding in the rest too. So currently my portfolio is consolidating in a tight range, not in a tight range, but it's consolidating, and we are, going through a phase of swing high and swing low. So swing high has been made, and a swing low is, the process of swing low is there. So I am a swing trader. So I trade on a higher time frame, mostly weekly and monthly time frame. So most of my trades are oriented towards wealth creation. So my number one priority is wealth creation. So I don't trade for nostalgia or just to trade. I trade for my first and foremost aim is to create wealth. Sometimes it's very easy to trade on. So sometimes it's very easy to trade, and but it's very difficult to say no to trade. And swing trading teaches you that to say no to 99% of the trades. Every day new idea comes, new trade opportunity comes, but we have to say no to 99% of the trades, and we have to find just 1% where we can you know buy and ride whole swing. Money is built on conviction, not by trading as many number of trades as one wants. So always focus on making money, not on number of trades. Money is never made on number of trades, and the chances are the higher number of trades, the margin of error will also increase. So there are one two criteria to reduce the margin of error. So the criteria mostly are: increase the time frame. So if you are trading on a 5 minutes chart, increase that to hourly charts. Hourly charts increase that to daily. you know and for me it's weekly and monthly. I mostly trade on monthly charts. So the current trade of wheels I am currently holding from 9 months. So it's just 9 candles that have appeared on the charts after I have taken the entry. So it drastically reduces the margin of error as we increases the time frame. So it's very important to reduce the margin of error in any trade. The biggest fear of a trader is when he or she buys a stock and it falls 2%, 5% after buying. So she curses himself, herself, that whenever I buy a stock it falls. But it's just a normal thing. A stock to fall, it's a 50% probability. After you buy, it's a 50% chance it will rise, and it's a 50% chance it will fall. So if it falls, doesn't matter, it's just a 50% chance, it's just by luck. But if you have bought the stock on a looking at it on a higher time frame, weekly and monthly or quarterly charts, the success ratio will increase drastically and your holding power will increase drastically. So always focus on increasing the holding power. Hello, SolarWind. Yo, how are you, man? Hello, dinosaur. How are you, man? So this is, currently we are up 3%, 2.5%. Yesterday there was a fall in our portfolio, so we were down 4.5% yesterday. It's okay in a swing trade. This kind of up and down moves comes, but until and unless an higher low is formed in swing, we are all right. We will aim for another higher high. This kind of optimism is needed, when you are riding a stock which is in bull run. So you need that kind of optimism, and the concept of higher lows and higher highs are very important. So currently the stock is, it has fallen 20-25% from the highs, and we are riding it from very low levels, so we are hoping that it will form a higher low. So now our low formation should take place, and eventually a rebound is expected. So but the as expected, our time frame is very high, so we are not in a hurry. We are just holding it to the limits that it makes us money and create wealth in medium and long run for us. For me personally, concentrated bet is very important. I believe in concentration of portfolio, and I disagree to the idea that you should diversify, or you should handle your the different baskets. You have different kind of eggs, so I don't believe in that kind of mindset. So if you you are taught and on televisions and by mutual fund industries that you should diversify your portfolio and all that. If you are diversifying, then there is no need to trade. There is no need to just go there and buy a ETF and all that. But who is going to get benefited from those kind of things? So mutual fund industry is getting money. The fund managers are getting a cut there. The whole industry is getting pumped. So eventually they are making money on your money, by investing your money in a very diversified area. So mutual fund industry have a what you can say, they have a hidden agenda behind running those ads that diversify in mutual funds and diversify. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in diversification. I believe in concentration. So if you are in markets for wealth creation, then you should always and always believe in concentration. So after concentration, you have a mindset of investing in a concentrated portfolio.